you get 2 vaccines. If you are an adult, 18 years and above, you get dose 1 and dose 2 of many of the vaccines. AstraZeneca, this other one, Pfizer. There is one called Johnson & Johnson where you get 1. But the others, it is 2. But then, if you are above 50, you must get a booster after some time. But from the records here, those who got 1 dose are 19 million. The population which should be vaccinated fully are 28 million. 28.5 million. But the ones who have bothered to get 1 vaccine, 19.2 million. Another 8 million did not even bother to come, even for the 1 dose. Then, now, these 28 million include the ones above 18 years old, who are 22 million, and then the 12 to 17 years, who are 6.5 million. Abana Nabo, the ones of 12 to 17 should be vaccinated. So those are 6.5 million plus 22, altogether 28 million. But of those, Bananta Wujwa, Yasabara Nabwa, the one who traveled who made a boat out of clay, yet he was told that clay does not make boats. The ones who have bothered to show up for one dose, 19.2 million. That means another 9 million. They have not even bothered to come for even one dose. They are not bothered. We are struggling, we don't sleep, we are looking for vaccines. You travel like recently I've been traveling, going to all very dangerous places in winter, The planes could not easily take off at some of the airfields, they were full of snow. Looking for all these support. When the vaccines are here, they are not bothered. 9 million, they have not bothered even to come for 1 dose. The ones who came for 2 doses, 6.6 million. The ones who have done a booster, 453,000. So there's a big population who are either not vaccinated or under-vaccinated. And yet the vaccines are here. Kata utukuli chiwadangi. Because it has been established that when you are fully vaccinated, you may still get the corona, but you will not be very sick and you will not die. I don't know how effective you are, because you can still infect when you are fully vaccinated. Minister.
Yes, Excellency, you can infect others if you get corona.
You can infect others. But you will not die and you will not be very sick. This is the savvy. And I don't know, maybe some of them will even don't get infected. I don't know. Because of vaccination. What do you say about that?
Excellency, it is true.
Yes.
Some don't get infected.
The ones who are fully vaccinated, some don't get infected at all. And those who are infected, but with full vaccination, they don't get very, very sick, and they don't, certainly, many of them they don't die. And there are advantages in that, because if you are not very sick, that means you will not congest the hospitals. So hospitalization will be small, and the few who go to hospital will be attended to, because the hospital staff are not overworked.
SkyTv irakari abantu. SkyTv irakari abantu.
Those are the ones who never got vaccinated at all. You go and get the first dose, then the other ones, the ones of second dose, more than 20 million. More than 20 million did not bother to get the second dose. And the ones for the booster, those are like another 3 million or so. Because these are the elders. These are the 50 years and above. So therefore, we still have here Bananta Burirwa in the issue of corona. Yet, corona is still there in the world. COVID-19 remains a threat globally. Countries such as South Korea, Brazil, and France are experiencing rising numbers and death, but also even some of the countries in Africa. The virus continues to mutate. Mutate means change its structure, and this may occur anywhere. It's continuing to change. Although the number of people testing positive remains low, transmission is still occurring in Uganda. The people are still getting infected. I think recently they've been seeing the current average confirmed cases are 70 per week. That's not small. 70 with an average positivity rate of 1.2%. When we test 100 people, one person is positive out of 100. So therefore, Vanange, everybody who has not been fully vaccinated, who has not been vaccinated, go and get vaccinated. And the other time when I was here, I announced measures that people who are not fully vaccinated and boosted should not go to public meetings, should not attend churches, should not go to conferences. So the ministry should implement that. So again here, the problem is now no longer, because in the past we were really stuck, we had no answer. no easy answer. That's why we had to go for Tonsembere to decongest. But now we have the solution, the vaccine. But people don't want to take the vaccine. Bananta bourgeois, Now, then another problem is the problem of malaria. Malaria is also becoming a problem. Malaria transmission in Uganda is perennial with two seasonal peaks between April to June and September to November. Malaria cases were 11.3 million in 2021. However, this year, 2022, 14.3 million people have already got malaria. In 2021, a total of 2,773 people died of malaria. As of October 2022, a total of 2,489 have already died. So the people who are dying from malaria are almost as many as the ones who died from corona. Throughout this year, 2022, the country has been experiencing malaria epidemics affecting 75 districts. The top 20 districts reporting a very high number of cases are Yumbe, Tororo, Ajumani, Kamuli, Agago, Wakiso, Kasese, Iganga, Kibuku, Pader, Lamuo, Terego, Busia, Butareja, Oyam, Mayuge, Isingiro, Budaka, Kampala, and Bugiri. Now, the big problem is again us. Yes, the mosquitoes are there, but we have got solutions against the mosquitoes. And what are the solutions? The use of treated bed nets. So, although there is climate change and so on, the mosquitoes are there in the bush and so on, but for us, we have the solution. One of the main factors is the poor use of protective measures like mosquito nets, which government routinely distributes, treated with insecticides. However, only 70% of the population consistently sleep under mosquito nets. I remember some years ago, I think we used the army. There's a time when we used the army to distribute the bed nets. I remember. And I remember we distributed 21 million bed nets. Remember the homesteads in Uganda now are like 9 million homesteads, Amaka. So when you distribute 21 million bed nets, you're having almost 2 bed nets per homestead. But they are not used. People don't use them. I don't know where they put them. I don't know, Minister of Health will have to sit down and see whether they cannot go in these homes and inspect using the chiefs. We shall discuss it. Where did the bed nets go? There was the spraying of wars. What happened to that? You tell us, Jane.
Your Excellency, indoor residue spraying is still ongoing in eastern Uganda and northern Uganda. However, there is a challenge that the current chemicals that we're using, the mosquitoes became resistant to them. So we have ordered other chemicals to use, and we still continue to spray.
But the treated bed nets are still working?
Yes, Excellency.
Oh, okay. Because you see, the treated mosquito bed net has got a chemical. When the mosquito sits there, it dies. Doesn't it die? Yes. The bed net kills it protects you. The mosquito doesn't reach you because you are inside, but it also dies, isn't it? Yeah. So, if we had listened, there are other measures we are looking at, like the larvicide, use of the larvicides. We have been talking about it for a long time, but that is to be done by the government. Now, you in your area, clearing bushes around you, around your homestead, removing stagnant water and empty containers around your home, because the mosquitoes like to be in those, to breed in that stagnant water. And sleeping in mosquito bed nets, under mosquito bed nets. I sleep in bed nets. I cannot sleep anywhere without a bed net. Even when there are no mosquitoes near me. In Nakasero, in Entebbe, in wherever. Even when we were fighting in the bush, we had bed nets. They were not treated. They are not like yours, which are Zavagaga, the ones which are treated. But at least they would not allow the mosquito to bite me. Now you people, you are lucky. You have got a mosquito, a bed net, which doesn't allow the mosquito to reach you, but which also kills the mosquito. So if we are doing it properly, the mosquitoes will be finished now. And we add other measures like the indoor spray, indoor residual spraying on the walls. The mosquitoes would be reduced. I know this because we were able to eliminate tsetse flies in the cattle corridor, in the Ngoma, Nakasongora, Wachato, Singo, Gomba, all the way to Isingiro, by using Dicatex, which we were spraying to kill ticks, but it would also kill tsetse fly. Any tsetse fly that would try to bite the cow would die. The cow became a mobile killer of tsetse flies. When I first came to Kisozi, there was some biting flies. They are no longer there. They all got finished. I went to Barilegi, northern Uganda, where I have state lodge, and there were so many tsetse flies there. And I brought cows there, sprayed them with the Dicatex, and they cleared the tsetse flies. If you go there, you don't even have mosquitoes or biting flies. They are all finished. So these methods, properly used, can finish these health problems. But if you have got people who don't care, so here there's another problem. People are dying from corona when they shouldn't die. They are dying from Ebola when they shouldn't die. They are dying from malaria when they shouldn't die. Now, what's that now? The final item on health I want to comment on is HIV/AIDS. The other day we were in Rukunjiri on AIDS Day, and I was looking through the briefs and the messages. We have in Uganda 1.36 million people, no, 1.45 million people who have got the virus, who are living with the virus, HIV. Out of these, 1.36 million are on lifelong antiretroviral treatment, what we call ARVs. They are being treated with these medicines, which doesn't allow the person who has got AIDS to die, saves him, doesn't die, doesn't eliminate the virus completely, but it suppresses it and the person lives. And the prevalence rate, the people with AIDS out of every 100, for the people between 15 years of age and 49 is 5.5% national. From the 18% which we encountered here in 1986, 87. The problem, however, is that we are getting new infections. 54,000 new infections occurred in 2021. This was a bit lower than a few years ago when 70,000 new ones were being infected. But still, 54,000 is a big number. It's a big number. Now, of the new people who are being infected, many of them are between 15 years and 24 years. Our young people are getting infected. We have made gains in reducing AIDS death, which dropped from approximately 25,000 in 2015 per year, but we are still losing 17,000 people every year from AIDS. So people are still dying from AIDS. Why? Because even when they are put on the drugs, they don't take them consistently. Again, they neglect. You can imagine now. So you see how many people are dying from when they shouldn't die. Ebola, people are dying when they shouldn't die. Corona, people are dying when they shouldn't die. Malaria, people are dying when they shouldn't die. Now, AIDS, even when there is medicine to prolong life, they don't follow, and we do 17,000 every year. But also, on the issue of AIDS, I saw a danger in the message, the messages. The messages were saying now, take antiretroviral drugs. When you take them, you don't die. And you live a fairly normal life. However, when I checked, can somebody who is living on drugs against AIDS, can he do, for instance, can he join the army and do army work? They say no. If you put him under physical pressure, he will collapse. So, please, don't get the message that getting AIDS and getting drugs solves the whole problem. No. It means when you have the virus, you are really a form of PWD, person with disability. Yes, you will not die, but you will not use your full potential. And when we talk of exertion, it is not just only physical exertion. I think even mental, intellectual. Because, for instance, we had one of our people who was doing, who was living, supported by these drugs, but went for a course, not physical, but course for writing, reading, what, and he died. I know somebody, one of our very good people. Yeah. So the disability which AIDS brings you is not only from physical. For me, I saw even intellectual, mental exertion can lead to the collapse. So therefore, my message is please avoid getting AIDS, so that you get you use your full potential in your life. It's absolutely unnecessary to get AIDS that you are looking for temporary pleasure for a few minutes, then you get a problem all your life, even if you don't die. But there are certain things you cannot do. It cuts on your potential. So the answer is avoid. This should be the message. And if you see the statistics, you'll see that some parts of the country don't have AIDS. Karamoja only 1%. 1 person out of 100 in Karamoja. And yet they have polygamy, but they're disciplined in their system there. Yumbe, West Nile, very low. 1%. But in other areas, some of them go up to 16%. So it is really behavior. Behavior is the main issue. And that's what should be emphasized. Instead of emphasizing so many other things, condom use, I don't know what. Why do you have to go with people whom you don't trust? Why? What are you looking for? What are you looking for exactly? Sex should be very intimate with people you 100% sure of. Otherwise, is it water that if you don't have sex, or air? Because the other time I told you that I was speaking about something and I did research. I found that if you don't get air for 6 minutes, you die. I think water you take, I don't know how many days. Food you take almost a month. Now, if you don't have sex from an unsure source, what will happen to you? People are just lost. Why should you have sex from an unsure source? What for? What are you looking for? Therefore, on the issue of AIDS, my message is, yes, the ones who are already infected, they should get drugs and stay on them. We don't want these 17,000 who are dying every year. But secondly, don't get infected at all, because when you get infected, yes, you will have the life-prolonging diseases, but still it reducts on your potential. So those are the points I wanted to mention on health. Now, on the issue of crime, you have been hearing incidents of. First, we had the attack on General Katumba, where his daughter died and another person, and Katumba was injured. Then you had attacks on police posts. There were attacks in the Bukomero area. Then the other day you had some attack in Busika. And recently we had a cross-border incursion from Congo. Now, some of it is pure crime. Crime, like for instance, the people who killed a soldier at Gaddafi barracks and were later killed, and the guns recovered in Jinja, in Iganga area. This was just a crime. A soldier was using a gun to rob. Then he was arrested, then he escaped, then came back and killed a soldier, but eventually he was gunned down. So that was mainly crime for money. But the incidents of these police posts and the attack on Katumba was by elements connected to ADF and another group of some people operating out of South Africa. These are the ones who were in the Chiboga area. But as I told you, it's really foolishness to think that you can commit crime in Uganda under the NRM and you survive. As I speak, and you remember I told you that the other time when we were having the end of the year, I told you that anybody who kills people will be arrested or killed if he tries to resist. So I can give some incidents here. On 31st October 2022, an estimated 7 criminals attacked Busika police station in Ruero, during which they killed 2 police officers, robbed 2 guns, and set the station ablaze. So they thought they had disappeared when they did that. Now, the problem with the crime, there's no way you can go and commit a crime and you don't leave traces. Whenever you commit a crime, there's no way you will not leave traces. Oba akantu ako nankabira okavunule, kanvunulira akantu ako, kateeke mu lulimi olwa wano Great Lakes.
President agamba nti kizibu nnyo okuzza omusango ng'ogwo ogw'okutta abantu n'otolekaawo buufu oba n'otolekaawo obubonero.
Yes.
Obuyamba bano abantu abajja okulondoola ne bamanya ani abadde mu kikolwa ekyo. Emirundi egisinga buli wabeerawo kitta abantu ekyekikanga ekyo era wabeerawo obuufu, wabeerawo abajja okuwondera obubonero bwe balabirako.
These people thought they were very clever, but of course there were cameras which saw them. Although they had covered their heads, there were cameras which saw them. There were other signs. And the police kept looking for them. Later on the 9th of December, 2022, a group of criminals using the same mode of attack as in Busika attacked Kyabadaza police station along Masaka Road, during which they rescued 2 suspects from police custody, killed two civilians, and set station ablaze. But now, balekawo obubonero bwesagala kumenya wano. They left there some signs which I don't want to reveal to you here. Now, using those signs which they left now, security forces have been hunting for these groups until Friday, 16th December 2022, when police teams raided a suspected ADF cell in Maganjo, where 2 suspects were arrested. And then, after arresting them, they found out that these were ADF connected with Congo and so on. And then, of course, the security forces got more Bobonero now, more clues. And then they confirmed that the ones who had attacked Usika police station on the 31st of October, killing the 2 policemen and robbing the 2 guns. They are the ones who killed the cow of Buko. You remember there was a cow of Buko who was killed. He was called Mr. Gwang at Matuga. Now following this more information, police intensified the hunt for their accomplices until the night of the 18th December 2022 at 23 hours, which is 11 p.m. at night, when police teams raided an ADF cell in Chitomatuga, where 2 terrorists were shot dead, namely Muanguzi, Abdul Shakur, and Hajuli Akim. 2 SMGs were recovered, and explosives in bags recovered and safely detonated by the police bomb squad. Evidence of detonators and other explosives and metro bars were found. Initial police forensic analysis has confirmed that one of the recovered guns is the very one the criminals robbed when they attacked Usika police station, while the second one was robbed from a private security guard at Rugoma Kawempe police station in September 2022. So now, this group now is fully accounted for. There are still a few members of their group whom they are hunting. Then there was another group who attacked a police patrol in Kapeka. On 26 November 2022, around 22 hours, that's 10 o'clock at night, criminals ambushed a joint UPDF police patrol in Kapeka, killing Private Tufeyo Obed. The joint patrol reacted quickly and killed 2 attackers, namely Sekimpi Dennis and Tarasisi Marengera, a Burundian by nationality, and recovered 1 SMG. From the initial forensic analysis of the weapon recovered and documents, police were able to confirm that Sekimpi Dennis was not alone. Because what we have done, what the police did, they fingerprinted all the guns in Uganda. These guns have fingerprints. The fingerprints. So, if you use a gun, we can know which gun it is you used on commit a crime. You had a group of other criminals that were engaged in robberies and murders in Kiboga, Mitiana, and Bari. 7 incidents of murder and robbery were confirmed to have been linked to Sekimpi Dennis and his group in Kiboga, Busunju, Kapeka, and Bari, Maraba. Police carried out further operations to completely neutralize Sekimpi's group with the following results. 2 criminals killed in action. 2 guns recovered in Kapeka and Mbare. 9 suspects have been arrested and have evidence has confirmed that they were in all these above incidents. They are to appear in court. 16 Burundians who were believed to have links to the CKMP group were arrested and handed over to immigration for deportation. Now, I have already told you about the ones who attacked Gaddafi barracks. Those were killed again. I've already told you about those. And the ones of Katumba, some were killed, some were arrested. They are now in court. Then there were people who had thrown a petrol bomb at the police station here. Those also have been arrested. Then the Bijambia groups were arrested. You remember the Bijambia massacre? They were arrested. Then maybe let me read this one for you. I'm just going through the file just to show you how these fellows are wasting time, but I will come to that. On 25th November 2021, criminals ambushed the UPDF patrol in Wakiso Town Council, where they hacked 2 UPDF soldiers using a machete and took 1 gun. Later, on 7th December 2021, they attacked police in Busunju, during which they killed 2 police officers and robbed 2 SMGs. Lastly, on 16th December 2021, they attacked Nakasu's police post in Kiboga, during which they killed 2 police officers and robbed 2 police guns. So they think they were very clever now. Following these attacks, police and the UPDF, with the support of intelligence agencies, launched full-scale operations and arrested 22 suspects who revealed that they belonged to a rebel group called Uganda Coalition Forces for Change, under one Ndugwa Frank Semogere, who initially escaped arrest but was later arrested from Kenya and brought back for trial by the General Court Martial. All the 5 robbed AK-47 SMGs were recovered. The 22 suspects, including their overall commander, one Semogere Ndugwa, have been charged before the General Court Martial of offenses of murder, aggravated robberies, and so on. So that group is totally accounted for. Now, lastly, the other day, when I was in the US, a group of 40 came from Congo. That they were coming to I think this is the one. Let me read it for you. On 13th December 2022, at around 600 hours, early morning, that is saa 12 za usiku. You know, there is confusion by the English. They say 6 o'clock in the morning. You know, morning is, for us, we count from the first hour of the night. So here we are talking about saa 12 zekiro. From, it's now, I think now, it must be now about the 3rd hour of the night. So you go on counting until 12 hours. So saa 12 zimka saa 12 za asubuhi za usiku. The civilians called on the UPDF border detachers of Chapa and Kayanja 1 by use of telephones and informed the soldiers that the enemy had crossed River Semuliki and entered on our side. Quickly, the border detachments informed their commanding officer, 8th Mountain Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Saul Bishusha Nabimanya. He organized assault squads who advanced using convergence battle formations, approaching from 4 approach routes. They intercepted and attacked the enemy around the villages of Chapa, Chove, Kayanja 2, Bweramure Junction. That enemy group came from Mambasa territory at the river Ituri, in Ituri province, in a bigger group which crossed Eringeti Commander Road, that is inside Congo, and entered the Irumu territory to areas of Tokomeka and Berutu, whereby on the 11th of December 2022, our joint forces of 83 Battalion and 1 Commando Battalion and the Congolese army attacked it and killed 30 terrorists and captured 8 guns from them. Inside Congo now, that's where our people attacked them and killed 30 of them. And on the 11th of December, and captured 8 guns, and rescued 19 abductees. That bigger group was under a rebel commander called Museveni Mayor or something like that, and another called Rafiki, who are coming to join another enemy commander called Mahamudu Rumisa of the place called Maitatu. Thereafter, that thorough beating, when they were beaten inside Congo, the enemy commander, Mahamudu Rumisa, sent this group of 40 fighters to come to Uganda, kill civilians and loot their properties. In their foolishness, they thought that if they, now that they are being beaten in Congo, if they come to Uganda, maybe either Uganda is, the soldiers are less or what, I don't know what they thought. After the total defeat of this criminal group, since 13 December 2022 to date, the results are as follows. There were 40, 21 killed, 15 captured alive, 17 SMGs and 2 machine guns captured, 4 IEDs, improvised explosive devices, captured, 337 bullets of SMG captured, 75 bullets of machine gun captured, 1,500 set phones, I think these are mobile phones, 5 radio walkie-talkies. On our side, 1 soldier was killed, 1 soldier was wounded, 1 civilian was killed, 2 civilians were injured. So therefore, out of the 40 who crossed into Uganda, 36 are either dead or captured. The one we don't know where they are 4. Combing operations are ongoing to account for the 4 remnants. But we suspect they could have probably drowned in the river. One of their commanders, called Yakute, could have died, could have drowned. The other 2 commanders were killed because they were identified, Madison and Cheswa, somebody called Cheswa. So therefore, I am saying all this to really, first of all, inform Ugandans not to worry about these people, these groups. The UPDF is so strong. It's just a joke to think that you can come and run around supported by the police, by the intelligence service. There's no way you can come with guns here and you think you will survive. Yes, you may survive day 1, day 2, but you will, in the end you will die. Now, their only salvation has been Congo under President Kabila, who allowed them to stay there, have gardens, have what? Steal people's property, steal. They grow cocoa in that part of Congo. They grow a lot of cocoa. During the harvest season, these terrorists would come and harvest people's cocoa and sell it. With our operation there, this is the first time the Congolese have harvested the wananchi, have harvested the cocoa and sold it. That's why the UPDF is very popular with the wananchi in eastern Congo. So now that His Excellency Tshisekedi allowed us to operate there, there is no way they will survive there. In their foolishness, they think that the forest is something big. After the forest is easy for us, it's easier to operate in the forest than even in the other areas. We see them by day, we see them by night. And that's why we attack them. Either by infantry attacks or even by long-range weapons from very far. So when they now run from there, like these ones, to try and hide in the population, again, we are ready for them. So, 2 things. First, I want to assure the Ugandans that please don't, just be vigilant. Just be vigilant. Because when you are vigilant, like the Chabad as a group, how we got them eventually, it was partly through the vigilance of the people. Because they came to reconnoiter first. So the people saw some people whom they didn't know in the area who had come to spy. They got them. That's how, that was one of the, some of the clues. Now you heard that in the case of the border, in Toroko, the Wananchi, so these people telephoned the army and the army came and finished them. So the only thing we need from the public is vigilance, because the criminals will leave signs. If you see somebody who is suspicious, you contact the security forces. The rest will be easy. So Ugandans, don't worry yourselves. Number one, don't worry about these people. Because I see people talking, insecurity, what? Please, please. If you have got blood pressure from other causes, go for treatment. But don't develop blood pressure on account of insecurity. There will be no insecurity in Uganda. Number two, be vigilant to see somebody who is funny and report. The rest will be very easy. But number three is for these terrorists themselves. I'm telling you that wherever you are, we shall get you. And now, when we have been operating, we have been getting more information. Who is who? We even know their names. Initially, we didn't know their names. We know everybody, their names. We are now looking for them. So the only, and then they are unfortunately taking young people, young children. Do you have those pictures on this? Those young children who.
What is what?
You can see that one.
Kumba manya kwa vita. Zainab. Shamsi. Shamsi rinyanga lunjiri awa. Shamsi. Byabachenda.
Those are the soldiers. Soldiers.
Oine myaka emeka 14 soko tunde kwa kamera 14 myanga 14 ogera lumechi kabira yo mungala bangala bogera lumechi lulingala kati kitegezo manyi lulingala ato Luganda balulingirawo Musiko. Basomesa yo. Basomesa Oluganda.
Olugira kubapo nga
balogera. Lulimi gyolala lwomanyi. Oluswayiri. Olulingala boogera bati babuuza bate mu lulingala. Bwe njagala okubuuza. Just kubuuza. Nga kumacha kati nga mu Luganda mbuuza nti then mu lulingala babuuza bati tekyanyekera kati waliwo bye njagala nkubuuzeeko bwe kubuuza ng'oziramu just tukakole speed okenda okola ebirala ogambye bakuyitaani Zainab ani Chemusi ogambye n'emyaka 14 oli mu Lingala. Okay. Kumbe mwe Kongo temwina gundi, temwina district, temwina province. Province yabagita bati. Tomanyi. Naye nga town eri kumpi bagita bati. Beni. Kitegeeza kumpi ne Beni. Dende ekyalo solo kuba mukimanyi. Wali? Tokimanyi. Ekyalo kyebakuzaalamu. Kyebakuzaala. Kisangani. Ate kati. Myaka nga 7. Wayingira otya? Ani yakutwala? Mukwano gwa tatawo. Kumbe ogambye tata bamuyitaani? Abdulahiki. Ngabeerawo.
Mukwano gwa tatawo.
Tatawo.
Tata wange ng'ali Yumbe.
Ali Yumbe? Akyali eyumbe oba aliwo?
Simanyi kati saa zino gy'ali.
Saa zino tomanyi?
Yumbe yaliwa? Katonda byaliwo.
Kakati? Oyo mukwano gwa taatawo bamuyita?
Bamuyita Mambo.
Mambo. Ate linyeera?
Linyeera ekisamba bamuyita Abdul.
Abdul Mambo. Ng'abeerawo?
Ng'abeera
Buyale? Aha. Kakati eyo mukwano gwa taatawo yajja n'akuno naye? Byakugamba?
Yagamba taata wange asaba agende nange. Asaba agende nange nsome obusiraamu.
Asaba agende naawe osome obusiraamu? Okay. Kati ne muvaayo paka mwaka eyumbe mwagenda paka?
Twajja mpaka Arua.
Paka Arua? Ebeera ng'otunula mukala. Wajja ne mukwano gwa taatawo ne taatawo paka Arua? Aha.
Kati netumala Arua nga wiiki. Netuvaawo mpaka Bweyali.
Arua saidi ki gye mwali?
Awo kumpi ne ekisaawe ky'ennyonyi.
Kumpi ne airport? Wani?
Waffe.
Nawo bamu?
Taata yapangisa bupangisa.
Taata yapangisa? Aha, ne mujja paka Buyale? Aha, Buyale mwatuukira wani?
Twatuukira ku masjidi ya Sekaratibu.
Musigiti gwa?
Sekaratibu.
Shekaratibu? Buyale? Aha, Shekaratibu yaliwo?
Yaliwo.
Yabagamba ki?
Teyatugamba kintu
yabaniriza.
Okay. Awo Buyale mwamalawo bbanga ki?
Twamalawo olunaku lumu.
Mbogambye musigiti ki?
Ogwa Sekaratibu.
Shekaratibu? Buyale?
Buyale mu tawuni?
Mu tawuni.
Aha, mwamalawo olunaku lumu?
Mwasulawo?
Awo ku musigiti gwa Sekaratibu.
Okay. Aha, ne mugendawa katoka mwavaawo?
Olwo muvudde awo?
Netuvaawo ne tujja Busia.
Gwe naani?
Busia? Busia, aha, gwe naani okuva?
Nze ne mukwano gwa taata.
Kati nga taatawo yasigadde?
Nga ye tumulesawo.
Nga mumulesayo Buyale? Ye mukwano gwa taatawo? Kumba ogambe bamuyitaani? Mambo. Ebyekisiraamu? Abdul. Ne mugenda paka Busia? Aha, Busia mwatuuka?
Mwatuukira wani?
Twatuukira ku muzikiti gwa oba baguyita gwa Marakazi.
Marikazi. Musigiti gwa Marikazi? Busia?
Nga gusomesa ya?
Sheikh Abdulhamid.
Sheikh Abdulhamid. Awe Busia? Aha, katwe mwatuuka?
Tumalawo olunaku lumu.
Nga muvudde Buyale mugenze Busia? Aha.
Mu tawuni?
Mu tawuni. Netuvaawo ne tujja mpaka
Fort Portal? Nga mukozesa ntambula ki?
Twava eri Yumbe yonna Arua yonna nga tuli ku baasi.
Nga mukozesa baasi? Baasi kaki?
Baby
coach. Kampya nani? Mabobu. Waliwapeleka Mabobu kwa kampi ya nani? Mkubwa ya hiyo kampi alikuwa nani? Asaka Anjola. Mabobu kama nakuja Bahacha?
Wapi?
Bahacha. Kwa hiyo Bahacha kwa karibu na Mabobu. Lakini Mabobu.
Mabobu ndio ni Bahacha.
Okay.
Na ile jina yake.
Okay.
Sasa wakakamata. Ndio. Nani huyo komanda mwingine na kama na kampu kulikuwa mapo. Kulikuwa na miaka ngapi? Wakati mmekamata.
Bali ni kamanda.
Mwaka 14. Sasa wakati ya mzee wa kazi. Sindio mlikuwa kwa kampu mzee wa kazi. Wakati mnakuja. Mzee wakazi ndio mkuu kwa Museveni.
Alafu kwa kampi yenyewe sema umekuwa mkubwa yao alikuwa anamtaka. Sema umetokea kukuja hapa Uganda.
Kama mwemene kala. Ndio
mzee wa kazi. Hiyo kampu iko sehemu gani?
Ule saidi
za mapipa.
Okay. So now you can see those are the young children. They recruit. You can hear how they were recruiting these young children. I have not yet got the full story, whether they were already fighting or what, or whether there was. But you wonder why. Like the other boy from Arua to Busia to, the Jenny she was talking, because that one is a Ugandan. The other ones are Congolese, but also captured. And the girl you could hear, she was speaking Uganda because of staying with these criminals. So the fact of the matter is that the UPDF, now that we have entered that Congo, there is no chance of these people surviving. So my advice to them and to all the adults who have been involving them, maybe they did not know the capacity of UPDF. They think that Congo, they think is far or what, but there's nowhere we cannot reach as long as the Congo government allows us. So my advice to them, now we have all the data, we have all the information, is for these people to surrender, get out of the remnants who are hiding, get out. There are some who are hiding in the trading center, because now they fear to stay in the forest, because in the forest, wherever they go, we see them. We see them by day, by night. There's no way we cannot see them. So my advice to them is get out and surrender either to the Congo army or to our units which are there, or it is easier to surrender to the UN. Doesn't matter, but get out. If you don't get out, you will die. That's the third point. Number one, Ugandans, be assured there is no threat which we cannot handle. Number two, be vigilant. Number three, you, the terrorists, get out and stop endangering people's lives and endangering your own lives. I thank you and I wish you a happy Christmas. Now, on New Year's Day, before New Year's Day, I will make again a broadcast, but this time I will concentrate on people. I'm trying to get the proper Uganda word, about Congozi. Kongora in Runyankore is when somebody is cheating others while they are working. For him is not doing any work, pretending to do work when he's doing nothing. So, in fighting poverty, there are some people who are Kongora us. The ones we are struggling with the poverty ourselves, many Ugandans, but you find there are others who are just Kongora. What is the proper pronunciation, Nankabirwa?
Kyogedde bulungi muzeeyi okukongola abakongozi
But there's another one of
ekirala kiri kyaffe ab'embogo okukongojja abakongozi be babeetikka kabaka abamutambuza
okukongojja
bakongojja kabaka naye kati kyotegeeza
okukongojja I thought was like limping.
ne limping nakwo kukongojja oli mutuufu naye kabaka bwe baba bamwetisse era baba bamwetikka ku bibegabega bamukongojja naye kiri kyotegeeza ekyabakongozi abeebuzaabuza nga abalala bakola
kyetugenda kwongera sigenda kwogera ku birala biki simanyi ki manyi foreign affairs ennaku z'omwezi 31 ngenda kwogera ku abakongozi. We cannot go on working because nze siwumula nkola bya government nkola ebyange. Now you find people are just okukongora, not bothered, playing rudo in the trading centers, especially our young people. Kati chichengenda kwogerako on the 31st. So if I can get somebody, Nakawer will come and translate for me, so that we really discuss that. Thank you, Katonda. I wish you a happy, a Merry Christmas, and on 31st, God willing, I will wish you a happy New Year. Thank you.
SkyTv, Irakaria Bantu.